Hi, this is Norm from Normland Films. This short film that I put together here is for YouTube is the town tour of Barkerville B.C. that I did back in 2001. I had to edit it quite a bit to get it in here, but I hope you enjoy it. Okay? Bye.
There are many overlanders who made the journey across and settled here in British Columbia, and we'd like to honor them for that journey by giving them the title of Overlander. So John Barron, we're in Master's house right now. I'd say, ladies and gentlemen, John Barron, Overlander.
And I'd say the same thing about Bill Cameron across the way. Bill Cameron, Overlander, arrived up here, met up with James Ames, and opened up the Cameron and Ames blacksmith shop. Now the blacksmiths are a very busy bunch of boys. They work all winter long making mine supplies. Anything that you might need down the mine shaft. It's my mistake actually, it's not Bill Cameron supports today. It's Brother Doc all the way from the Californian. Afternoon, Doc. Now ladies and gentlemen, if you need any mining supplies, this is the man you want to come and see. He can bend steel into anything you need. You wipe the sweating grime off your face, you wring the water in your clothes, you come down, you pay off your bill, Doc, and head directly over to the library, children. Yeah, library. Drink up some knowledge, Doc. Guess where we go? There's an interesting our library. There's my very own Miss Florence Wilson. Miss Wilson begun the library down in Camden, brought 70 volumes of books up here in the Caribou, got it up to about 300-400 passed down the John Barron. He moved the books up here to Barkerville, got 500 books on the shelves, and sadly lost almost every one of them in the Great Fire of 1868. Mr. Barron, out of his own money, rebuilt the building and now has 300 books back on the shelves, all out of his own pocket. But you can imagine now they're a little bit tight for cash. So he wanted me to let you know, it's only $12 per year to be a member of the Caribou Literary Institute. You can also pay $3 per quarter of the year, or rent a book for $1.50, get the dollar back in 2 weeks as a deposit, or for 25 cents, sit and read in the reading room all day long. You can be down at Fort Hill to catch the 4 p.m. steamer to be in Fort Victoria the following Saturday afternoon in time for tea. The fastest through-line express in all of North America. The longest express in all of North America. As a matter of fact, every other stagecoach line after the Barnard Express, including the later Wells Fargo in your time in the United States, will pattern themselves after the appointments and services of Mr. Barnard's Express. And he does such good business, he's allowed Miss Lindsay and the ladies and the gentlemen of the Theatre Royal to use this building as a box office for a theatre. So if you're interested in catching a little bit of theatrical entertainment this afternoon, The Fool's Rush In will be playing up at the Theatre Royal. Now, if you're only in town today and tomorrow, well, tomorrow's a Friday and actors being a lazy lot tend to take a day off.
Now, the summer of 1868 was a particularly hot and dry summer, much like today. And on the afternoon of September 16th, there was a young, hurdy-gurdy dancing girl in the back of the saloon ironing up her skirt for her evening of dancing. Now, she was standing there in her underthings, and although she wasn't wearing a whole lot, the young girl was getting quite warm. She had the stove going to keep her flat iron hot. Well, she decided to open the back door of the saloon just a crack so that a cool breeze may fill the room while she's working. Now, as she was ironing, there was a miner sauntering down the back street, spies his girl through the open doorway, figuring she's an angel sent from heaven, standing there in her white underthings. He's going to sneak in and grab a kiss before she disappears. Scoundrel. So in he goes, quiet as a mouse, sneaks up behind that poor girl, grabs her about the waist, gets past death. Well, up go her arms, over goes the stovepipe. Hot cinders go shooting up to the canvas ceiling, which starts on fire. That starts the shake roof ablaze. Before anyone knows it, the wind has picked up sparks from the flames, carried it across the street to the bank of British North America, which stood approximately where our Barkerville post office now stands. The hot cinders started to leak from rooftop to rooftop, fell tight the street now engulfing flames. Now, as I hold thumbs 12 hours a day. Oftentimes, during this 12-hour shift, their boots will fill up with a mucky, watery gravel. After their 12-hour shift, they'll climb out of that mine, they'll go to the library, read a book or two, and then they head home, falling into bed, leaving the boots on. Now, miners have been known to leave their boots on for two reasons. First, they're just too tired to take their boots off. Second, boots are very expensive here in Barkerville. If you do take your boots off, chances are your neighbor will go walking off with them. So
Around the room in the evenings. If you don't know how to do the waltz or the polka, we'll even teach you how to do the dance of that dollar and gold. For the most popular dance in the summer of 1870, there's got to be a dance called Ringing the Bell. You pay your dollar and gold and you take the lady very gently by the waist, gentlemen, and you begin the waltz or polka around the room. Now as you're going around the room, the music picks up speed and you begin to swing her from side to side. And as you're swinging from side to side, that ginormous hoop skirt begins to go back and forth, ringing like a bell, hence the name of the dance. But if you're strong enough, and the music's fast enough, you swing so hard and fast, her feet go right up to the ceiling. She does a little bit of ceiling dancing, and two very important things occur. One, you get a round of applause and a free drink on the house, and two, gravity takes over. Hence the popularity of the dance. I can see by looking at your face there, you've obviously rung the bell before. Here's the bookmaking prize the Prussian flag, a very proud Prussian. As a matter of fact, with the primal Prussian war going over there in Europe, he's very patient out and he's got two Prussian generals proudly displayed in the window there. House Hotel, Nordy House, Flying Stars and Stripes. 38 stars, Nebraska just joined the Union 3 years ago. And of course, speaking of unions, above the Theatre Royal, the very proud colours of the colony of British Columbia and Queen Victoria, the Union Jack. God save the Queen! Yeah!
Settling in and outside of the building. It was a terrible mess. We decided if we are going to flood each year, we must jack the buildings up. So each fall we gather together, jack up the buildings, put logs underneath, so now when the spring runoff comes rushing through town, it goes under the building. But every year, 3 to 4 feet of mud settles on the street. So the following fall, we must jack our buildings up again. So every fall we jack, every spring we flood. We are going to continue to do this until 1890. Now, over these many years of jacking and all this mud building up, well, if you were to dig a hole where you're standing now, straight down 25 feet, you will come to a thin layer of black ash. That is the level of Barkerville in 1868 when we burnt to the ground. It was a mess. So the Brideship Society was created to send young single women over to North America to become brides. Well, the Brideship Society convinced 60 ladies to take the maiden voyage on the Tyne Myth in 1862. Now, Reverend Scott, the guardian of these ladies, was feeling a bit uneasy about them sailing 99 days on this ship with all these sailors. To keep them separate, he had the ladies put in the hold of the ship. 99 days they spent in that hold. One woman did pass away. It was not a very comfortable journey. By the time the ladies reached Port Esquimalt, many were very exhausted, and you know, they weren't even given proper time to freshen up. They were simply herded off the boat like cattle. Lines of gentlemen standing on the docks, picking and choosing which one they wished to marry. If you did have any questions or wish to take a photograph, please feel free. Otherwise, I would like to thank you very much for joining us and leave you with one final thought. On your journeys on the terrible wagon road of life, we hope your hearts are light and your gold coats are very, very heavy. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, everyone. What cost have you?